Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Tuesday night? Guess where I am? I am in the capital city of Pakistan, Islamabad, with the local brew from the Murray Brewery. Speaking of which, uh, when the British Empire took over the land from the Mughals, right? Was that the Mughals? The Mughal Empire? In the subcontinent of Pakistan and India back then, 18, whatever the hell it was, right? Of course, the Brits were going to establish like a brewery, right? And that's what they did. In the hills of the, outskirts of the capital city, Islamabad, they set up a brewery, all right? I'm not promoting alcoholism or alcohol in here in this state of Pakistan. But how is everyone doing, huh? I landed here with red-eye flights, from Newark to Istanbul to Islamabad, you know. And obviously, I had to come here to meet my wife because she's here. You want to say something? No, she doesn't want to say anything. No. Um, but so far so good. We're still dealing with the whole 9 yards of immigration and I actually ended up like sending another email to my lawyer because I saw an email from her actually, telling me about where my wife's case was, without getting into too many details. And then I got worked up because I was already doing that. I already knew where her case was. And you know what the fucked up part is? Really, to be honest with you? Well, there are a couple of fucked up parts in here. One is that she fucked me over, all right? Telling me that, and this is even before, we got engaged, all right? I had a 1 hour Zoom fucking call with my lawyer. And I asked her specifically, what's the fastest way for me to bring her to United States, where I live, where my job is, where she's going to be, because that's where she is going to be with her husband at our home, right? And then she says to me, 1 year. And I'm like, fine, we can deal with 1 year. And this is not a joke. This is not a joke because I'm basically, I feel like I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, and maybe I already did. Because she failed to give me the information, like she should have said, hey man, so it's, by the way, so 1 year for the approval of her case with one department of immigration. And then you got to deal with another department of another bullshit visas for at least like 18 months to like 22 months to who the fuck knows. I mean, do you think I'm so do you think I'm so ignorant that she had told me that I actually like in the middle of the day I had the Zoom call with her. And then I just didn't even like ask her a question. I don't think she did ever tell me that. And then I didn't, ask anybody because I basically relied on her for everything. It's like, she's a professional. I'm a professional. If you hire me for something, or if you ask me for my professional advice, Before you hire me, then I have to give you disclose everything, right? For example, in my case, I'm an engineer, and then if you need to pull permits, then I need to tell you how much it's going to take you for you to get your plans approved and then get your permits. I'm not going to give you like half-wit information. And that's what I feel like she did, you know? So here we are. Now it's getting worse. I mean, in any case, so I don't want to, disclose a lot of personal information, about me and my wife, but I'm here. At least we are together. And then I have to obviously blame myself because I should have done my own fucking homework, right? Instead of completely relying on my lawyer. That's the fucking irony, right? Because I paid her. I paid her a lot of fucking money, dude. And this is, I don't want to say, it sounds like a fucking Ponzi scheme that she would attract me to like file my wife's case with her for the money without like giving me the whole information. I don't know, man. I just feel like I somehow got to this point, and I got to this point, especially with our case, with my wife's case, with immigration, legal immigration, and it's just disheartening. It's just fucking disheartening to say that for someone who is married and who wants to bring his or her the married spouse just so they can be together legally, and it takes like fucking 3 years. Meanwhile, there is the southern border where people just walk into the United States now. You can get a green card. Hey. And that's the fucking truth. And that just makes me mad. I mean, what kind of like fucking law and what kind of fucking regulation that says oh, we can't have your wife with you or we can't have your husband with you because you gotta wait because we have a long fucking line because we are so incompetent to begin with. And we go home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the fucking State Department. That's the truth. In any case, without ranting, let's be a little positive here, all right? The positive about here is that the weather is actually, when I left New York was already getting fucking cold, dude. It's the end of August and I felt the breeze and I'm like, fuck. Just imagine New York, New Jersey in the middle of January. Depressing, right? But here, at least the weather is nice. A little hot during daytime, It's like when I was in Dallas. It's that Dallas weather, except that we don't have any pools, Or you can just sit in the pool and, sip a beer or whatever, your beverage of choice. But in any case, Our extended family is not here. This is like our second home. My wife, obviously, it's her second home. My mom and dad, they're away in the mountains. And we have been planning a couple of things here in Islamabad, because like it's still warm, like if you are thinking about like Dallas weather right now is warm, all right? So if you have a week of vacation, you want to go to what? You want to go to the room? Okay, I'll see you. Um, you are actually staying in a place like Islamabad, but then it's hot, then where are you going to go? I mean, Islamabad is a beautiful city with the hills on the outskirts, you know, and you can see them, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful city, actually. A lot of vegetation, you know. And we have been planning to, drive, although driving is a little rough over here. I mean, I drive, my Land Cruiser is here, Toyota, that I bought during my marriage, right before my marriage, a couple of years ago. It's great. It's fucking great. It's one of those like 2 doors, 3 doors actually. It has a proper door in the back, 3 door Toyota Land Cruisers. It's an off-road, SUV, but it's great. It has the fucking greatest look. If you name the fucking SUVs, I'm not talking about, like the muscle cars, like Camaros and the fucking Chargers, My friend who was down in Dallas, he had a Mustang. That thing is also a beast, Like Mustang is a fucking beast, dude, when it comes to engine. But this thing, if you go off-road, this thing, like this Toyota FJ70, one of those like later models from the 1990s, this is a beast too. It has the looks. You can't have any fucking Toyota models, SUVs, you could ever fucking design, and I love it. Except, it's an older model, obviously, and it's 5-speed transmission, which is actually, I love it. My life, my life. Well, my life. My wife actually loves it too. She loves to drive. And so we could drive out into the to the hills, but the problem is that when you get to the hills, it's it's like when I went to fucking Pikes Peak, right? Pikes Peak in Colorado. If you ever drive up to the Pikes Peak, which is about 13,000 feet, 14,000 feet, and Colorado Springs is about 6,000, give and take, right? So you are basically hiking about 6,000 feet, actually 7,000 feet, right? Plus minus. And it's coupled. I mean, it's like that here, but there is coupled with heavy traffic, like, like the buses and it's a rough road. It's a rough road. So we have we have yet to decide what we're gonna do. I mean, I would rather like drive my Land Cruiser up there and without getting into an accident, right? That's the whole fucking point. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I don't want to go on and on this podcast. I can't do a whole hour podcast, but besides that, we've been just like sitting home, and we had, my first cousin. She lives here, and her husband, two of their kids over a couple of days ago. Invited them for dinner. That was nice to see them. We grew up together, but pretty much a lot of people actually, like during this time of the year, because it's still hot. It's still hot, although it has been sort of like raining today, and then I had to get few things fixed here at home. The kitchen exhaust is not working, and then there was a smell in the bathroom. So I had to get that fixed. I had to call some people, and me and my wife did. But I mean, it's a new construction. I'm an engineer. I work with a lot of construction people in New York, right? I mean, the design of the house and the architecture is okay, but the construction materials are not that great here. It's like, but why are you complaining, sir? You're not in fucking New Jersey, I mean, you pay there for fucking dollars. So what do you expect here, huh? And my wife has been like at the forefront of like when my extended family moved to this house from the other house, which my dad actually rents, and so to make the long story short, I don't know. I mean, I would rather drive up to the hills, and there are some like extremely beautiful like touristic places. I don't want to say touristic, but like hills, and it's like Switzerland. It's like the Switzerland of Pakistan. Hills and the fucking pine trees, and what the fuck, it's like up high, not as high as fucking Switzerland, but if we go further north where I grew up, it is like that, although it's like kind of dry, except for some parts. It's like, if you ever been to Las Vegas and then you drive out to, what are those mountains? Mount Charleston, it's like that, And yeah, man, like this whole fucking immigration thing has been like an uphill battle for me and my wife. She is more optimistic, and I'm not, given what the fuck is happening right now, and I'm like, fuck this, But I don't think we can do anything. I mean, we're just going to travel. I think we're going to travel hopefully towards Turkey again. And I mean, depending on when she gets her passport, but without getting any, personal over here. But I think, like she needs a break too, man. Especially with, like her visa's getting fucking rejected, and it's like she's more patient than I am. I'm like, fuck this world, Fuck this world twice. Because, we are husband and wife. All we want is be together. We're not doing anything fucking wrong. bitches, you know. But we just got to deal with it, you know. We just got to deal with it. And I again, I thank you all for your support, and uh, again, I really appreciate. I really appreciate all your support and your love and and everything. And it's not. I mean, I'm not talking about like a life and death situation, but I'm talking about like these real issues, like we have to deal with. And a lot of people have to deal with this shit, and And in any case, so that's my podcast, everyone. I'm sorry, I apologize. I couldn't do a whole one, whole hour one. I mean, hopefully, I will do next week. And I presume we all are having a great start of the week, or middle of the week, whatever part of the world you are. I'm in the other side of the globe, in Asian territory, South Asian territory. All right, everyone, I'll see you all next week, or Monday, Tuesday.